welcome back Consumer Law 101 viewers and students. We're here today in our second base video, why are credit reports so important? Again, I'm your course instructor, attorney Aaron M. Swift. I'm the CEO and managing partner of Swift Law North. All right, let's get into our agenda. First, we're going to talk today about what are credit reports used for. Then we will talk about how often do credit reports contain errors, sneak preview, a lot. And then lastly, like all of our Consumer Law 101 for individual consumer videos, we end with consumer best practices. Okay, so what are credit reports used for? So generally speaking, credit reports are used most often by lenders, creditors, insurance companies, employers, and landlords. And each of those generally uses credit reports for a similar function, which is to make a decision based on the information found in your credit reports. That decision is different based on whether it's for a job or for a lease, an apartment, or even for a credit card. And per the FDIC, and we talked about this in our first video, your credit report includes details about your credit history. And we talked about what that means. That includes the number of credit accounts you have, how many closed accounts, the history of on-time and delinquent payments, accounts that are or have been in collections, the number of times you've applied for credit, and more. This history goes back years, and information can remain on your report for a long time. We're going to talk about later on how long, different scenarios, but generally speaking, a long time. So what happens next? As we talked about before, the information in your credit report that is ordered as part of a product, a lender is going to make a decision. They ask for certain information that's in your credit history, and it's usually they want to know a credit score. Your credit score is one of the key factors in getting approved for a loan. Generally speaking, the better your credit history, the more on-time payments, the longer length of your credit history, and so on and so forth, the higher credit score. We're going to talk in later videos about exactly what makes up your credit score and how to improve them. But for this video, just keeping it to the basics. And we can talk about some other uses. Like we said, evaluate lease applications. You can set insurance rates, determine utility deposits, like when you apply for a new cell phone plan where you have to put down a deposit, or even maybe a utility account at home, like an electric account, if you have to put down a deposit. All those things are opportunities that credit reports are used for. All right, so what is there to know about credit reporting errors? Well, first of all, per the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, at least 1 in 5 people have a material error on at least one of their credit reports. And that's kind of light because per USA Today, nearly half of all credit reports may contain errors, some of them costly to your credit score, and that's according to Consumer Reports as quoted by USA Today. And then per a Dateline report, up to 40% of reports contain grave errors that could impact a credit decision. Think of that. 4 out of 10 credit reports could contain grave errors. And those are errors that are big enough or detrimental enough that they could negatively impact a credit decision. Okay, so what are some consumer best practices? Well, first of all, you're in the right place. We love providing educational content for our subscribers, for our purchasers, for our viewers, for our colleagues in this space and colleagues out of this exact debt space. If you want to understand these basic principles about credit reports, credit scores, disputing errors, how to sue even, again, you're in the right place. Consumer Law 101 is the educational foundation upon which a lot of the litigation that runs through Swift Law North as the law firm is built upon. Second, regularly monitor your official credit reports. Remember, I told you that you can get access to your annual credit reports once a week now. Go back to the first video to see where and how to do that. And third, if and when you find errors, again, it's probably a win. Reach out. You may be entitled to significant damages. We're going to talk about that later, and some of these videos can even be life-changing. And then some other best practices: do not dispute online. If you find an error right away, see our Pro Video 10, the last video in our Consumer Law for Consumer Individual series. And then don't fall for scams. We're going to talk a lot about what those scams are, including scams about credit repair and credit reporting and the like, including our basic video 9. So as always, we encourage all of you to reach out for more information. If you'd like to learn more educational content, visit consumerlaw101.com. And for the litigation side of things, Swift Law North, which is our nationwide law firm representing consumers around the country, you can visit www.swiftlawnorth.com. Thank you, and look forward to more videos.